Hi, this is Dan Ansell, Berkshire Hathaway. Today is Tuesday, July 8th. Lots to talk about. We'll go from national to state to local, talk about what's current, and then also a quarterly update there for our Santa Barbara area here. So first, I'll start with a few headlines here. Fixed mortgage rates lower than the same time last year. 30-year fixed are right around 4.15%, slightly lower than they were a year ago, so still very, very attractive interest rates. Financing is still relatively easy to get, just a lot of paperwork hurdles to jump through. Existing home sales heat up. Good. That's what we want. We want to hear that. More sales there. Inventory levels are starting to climb a little bit, which is necessary to keep the number of sales going there. Affordability still seems to be a bit of an issue for first-time buyers there, but again, the higher end of the market seems to be doing well in most segments of the country there. Pending sales surge. Good. That's what's in the pipeline right now, so expect that the stats going forward will look good as the increase in properties in escrow but haven't closed yet continues to rise there. Rate of home price gains dropped sharply nationwide. What does that mean? The prices are still going up, but not as much as they were a year ago, meaning that the market actually sort of plateaued probably close to a year ago, but as they averaged year over year, they were taking in the earlier months, so now we're reaching that point where about where they plateaued, where you should start to see it come relatively flat for the next 6 to 8 months or so as the market continues to sort of just reach a good equilibrium there. Home equity leaps ahead. That's a very important statistic because what we're seeing is homeowners across the country there actually have much more equity in their property. The amount of underwater properties is still declining there, so we're not seeing as much foreclosure pressure on the market. And also, as people who have more equity, they can go out and they can borrow against it, they can sell and not have to write a check to do it, so it frees up a lot of opportunity for owners there. Let's talk about what's happening in Santa Barbara for the second quarter of 2014. Overall, the stats look pretty good. The inventory levels are almost identical and unchanged. There's 1,210 active listings right now through the MLS, almost identical to what we had in the first quarter there. The number of sold properties declined 17% in the second quarter there. So what we're seeing is, there's the equal amount of selection, but not as many of them are moving. I think a lot of sellers have been ambitious on their pricing, and those properties haven't moved yet. What is moving, though, is the higher end of the market. Even though the number of sales is down 17%, the sold volume is up 5% compared to the same time last year there. What we're seeing is a huge increase in average sales price, went up 27% to $1,459,570. Much more sales above $5 million in the second quarter than we had. There was 15 sales above $5 million. In the first quarter, there was only 7, and in the second quarter of 2013, there were only 8. So we had as many as we had in 2 quarters in one quarter there, so that really helped raise the average sales price and the sales volume. Median price up 13% to just over $900,000, $901,000. I would say the strongest segment of the market was the Montecito market, where the average sales price went up 31% to $3,743,000, and the median price went up 28% to $2.8 million. For the Santa Barbara area for the month of June, very average month of June there compared to the last couple of years. New listings 247, very consistent with what we've had the last couple of years. The number of sold 179, pretty consistent, slightly less than the last couple of years, but very consistent. Number of pending 188, again very consistent with the last couple of years for June, so pretty consistent market there. For Montecito, the number of new listings, 26, that's about half of what we've been having for the last 3 years during a June there. So the number of new listings is way, way off. The number of solds is the highest that we've had in a June since I've been keeping records there. We had 30 closed sales in June, so that's a really good month there. And we have 22 pending sales right now, which is, again, slightly lower than what we've had the last couple of years, but very understandable with the lack of inventory. So overall, all markets seem to be doing pretty well. I would say the high-end market is outpacing the rest of the market, but I expect it will have a pretty strong summer going forward. Bye-bye.